And we should be live. Hi guys and girls, GF97 here. I'm here with Adamtheultimatewhovian.
Hello!
Hello! Happy New Year! Happy New Year!
Happy New Year!
Happy New Year! Oh, that's my one. Sorry. Happy New Year to you all. 2016's happened. It's been a weird one. I think it's been a weird one. When you said it's one of those years, more sort of lows and highs, I think.
Yes, but I also can't help that this year has been great for meetups.
Yes.
Conventions. Well, I feel like within the Doctor Who hiatus, that has been the thing that has kept my love for the program going. Actually, I don't know about you.
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, I'd say we will be talking about Pacifics in a bit, sort of like our favourite and least favourite moments of 2016 for personal stuff. This hangout is going to run to about 8. It's about an hour long. We're going to retrospect on all the Doctor Who stuff this year. We haven't got that much, but me and Adam were talking because initially you just think, right, class and the Christmas special. But obviously we've got some other things as well, like Big Finish. Power of the Daleks, etc., etc. So we're going to just talk through that stuff, but we will be reading your questions at the very end. So if you have any questions on the subject matters that we're talking about, love to hear them in the comment section, and we'll read them out throughout and near the end when we change topics. But yeah, so as I said, 2016. Not really in terms of Doctor Who. It's not really been the year of Doctor Who. But yeah, we'll talk about that in a bit. So for you, Adam, what's been your sort of highlights, sort of favourite, worst moments of 2016? Personally for you on YouTube, etc. Yeah.
Today, guys, I shall be taking you on a magical mystery tour of 2016. One of the highlights is, of course, you mentioned it before, the Power of the Daleks, one of the quintessential Doctor Who stories ever to be watched. Troughton's very first story. You got Daleks and such. You can hear me, right?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah.
Brilliant. Yeah, Power of the Daleks.
There we go.
We actually get, I remember saying this in your second Doctor discussion video that we get to sort of see the emotion. We get to see sort of the moments that you see in photos of like Troughton going like and the Daleks and such. So that was such a highlight, just to because this is my first experience of Power. Because some people have it with audios and reconstructions, but this is my very first experience. But awesome. As well as Power of the Daleks, I shall be taking you over here.
Is this Adam's room tour?
It's slightly a room tour, but it's sort of relevant to your question. Of course, I got many photo shoots done this year.
Right.
Met Tom again. And
my one's somewhere over there, but
just basically constant photo shoots. I've showed them all before. But photo shoots are brilliant. Autographs as well. There's autographs such as this beauty right here.
I love
another
that.
Thing, unrelated to conventions, are Big Finish. Particularly the continuation of the brilliant War Doctor stuff with John Hurt and Jacqueline.
Yes.
Personally, have really enjoyed this one. Came out February. Only the Monstrous came out in December. I believe it came out quite late in 2015. And the third box set. And I'm intrigued about the fourth box set. Of course, if you want to, when we talk about Big Finish, we'll go into that a little bit in detail. Those have been Hugh highlight. Well, I think there's so much. I could go on forever. Forever about all the stuff that has happened, because weirdly it's felt like more Doctor Who than ever when you sort of taking out of the context that you're sitting down on a Saturday evening to watch Doctor Who. You're sort of actively going out because you love this program. You're going to meet celebrities and people that you met on the internet because you love the program, and that's what this year has been about, really.
Yeah, no, I really nice. It was big, Adam.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, like I completely agree with you. Obviously we had no series this year. Series 10 was delayed in 2017. But like you said, Adam, I think more people have gone out their way this year on terms of YouTube, and obviously with us doing the meetups as well. We've never done so many, I don't think. I think we've done one too. But this is a sort of year for sort of meetups and collaborations, etc., etc. People sort of trying to think outside the box with a sort of year about Doctor Who. Yeah, like personally for me, I've done some really cool stuff. Like I went to Los Angeles, that was really cool. I had a driving test, college stuff. So yeah, do you know what I mean it's all sort of weird things, all sort of collab integrated. It's quite weird because I know that obviously the main thing really was celebrity deaths this year.
Nice.
That was a real bummer. It was literally like over Christmas. It was really horrible. It's just sort of thinking, please don't take anybody else. Please don't take anybody else. And obviously, else we lost David Bowie. That was such. And then we ended up with Carrie Fisher. Yeah, yeah. And then we ended with Carrie Fisher. It's just that was horrible. So, but yeah, so you sort of spend all day thinking about the negatives. I think I've just take away the positives this year. But yeah, like I said, in terms of YouTube, I've had a great year. Sort of sailors. Is there any personal achievements you'd be proud of, Adam? Or
achievement? I got a placement at Pinewood.
That's cool.
I sort of share. I haven't really talked on YouTube about this, but basically, in Pinewood, there's a company that I work for, and they go through film submissions. And I sort of been essentially my own film critic for these films and saying whether they're good or whether they're not so good. So managing to go to Pinewood, and I appeared on TV last year. That was
did, yeah.
Yeah. So yes, personal achievements, yes. But I think I'm also going to achieve a lot this year. Of course, I will. That's just me. But because Doctor Who's back, you know. I sort of just feel like I am still going to focus on other bits as well, but Doctor Who's back. It's just there, really, you know.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, I think that's pretty much comes over from sort of personal stuff. So yeah, we're going to sort of talk about now the Doctor Who highlights this year. As I said, there was no Series 10 this year. But in a way, I was glad.
And I saw it. I saw it coming.
Sorry?
To be honest, you think there's been
really
like at the end of 2015, there was hardly any like talks. Like they were. I remember the year before, it was 2014 to 15. They confirmed the first title of Series 9, and there was sort of Series 9 news slowly coming out at the beginning of the year. Before they made the announcement about Stephen Moffat leaving and Chris Chibnall coming over for 2018. So I sort of always thought, well, before then, I was like, I don't think there is. And then they've actually officially confirmed it. Yeah. So maybe some people didn't, and that I can see why. But personally, you sort of put the pieces together, and you're like, it's not going to happen. And then it just confirmed it. Really.
Yeah, no, that's pretty cool. Yeah, like obviously with the start of the year, obviously we got that Stephen Moffat would not be continuing as showrunner after 2018, and we'll be getting Chris Chibnall, and we get no series.
Yay!
But like, you're glad about that.
I'm glad.
I think yeah.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, carry on.
Oh no, no, carry on. Yeah, sorry.
Oh no, well, I was just going to say, Phil, I was going to say that Chibnall's going to bring his fresh take. I think they all will, but we'll go on to this later. But Series 10 is starting to feel a bit different, which I'm happy with. But we'll go on about when we talk about Series 10.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, no, we've got lots to discuss, really. But yeah, no, I don't know about you, but I felt I was sort of glad we didn't have Doctor this year. I in a way, I thought I felt the gap between the Doctor in the Wardrobe and what was it? The Series 7 Part 1. I felt that was a longer wait. I felt that was a more longer wait than this for the Return of Doctor Mysterio. And I don't know, but yeah, I'm glad the show. Yeah, sorry.
I'm gonna say another thing. It's always happened since the revival that that Doctor Who would air in Easter, like it'd have an Easter premiere. It go from April to about June normally.
Yeah.
They're sort of that again, and I think for series 8 and 9, it was a benefit and a weakness doing it because autumn winter. I think like that's when you should be showing Doctor Who because Doctor Who suits that autumn winter programming. And then, and of course, I know they did it for 1 to 5, and then they did it again for series 7B. But I also kind of feel I guess now people have thought Doctor Who suits that now. But I kind of just like because I think, do you remember Christopher Eccleston in an interview saying, "Oh, I go out when it's summer, I go out to play. I don't go inside and watch TV. I go out." He said that in his interview. That's why he didn't watch Doctor Who. But you can kind of see, like, something like Hyde in Series 7B was sort of made for that kind of thing. But showing it, having a Doctor Who in like earlier this year, I don't know. I sort of feel like, well, it's done before, so why not? But if you're gonna get like scary episodes, it's not gonna feel as scary if it's still sunny outside. If you get what I mean?
Yeah, no, for sure, yeah. So yeah, obviously the first bit we got was obviously we did get a little bit of Doctor Who in April with the announcement of Pearl Mackie as a new companion, and it was sort of released a little video. What do you think about that? Did you enjoy it? Like,
I didn't know they were well. When they did that, I thought, oh, it's actually a clip. It's not like a picture of the actress and some BBC announcer saying, "And coming in 2017 will be these because none of the other companions got that. Really, it feels weird how they did it. Rather than what it is. I'm not going to talk about how they did it, and I wasn't quite sure if it was the most appropriate way to do it. I don't think, particularly if you have parodies of Asbill constantly this year, which has been kind of annoying. And it sort of highlights why it was kind of a terrible idea to do it. But I know people, they wanted something. They wanted some little scene or something to hold them over. But as in the FA Cup as well, when footballers, they want to watch their football, they haven't really come for this running down the corridors with Daleks and whatever. If they would, we'd watch Doctor Who. But the way they're going to adapt the clip into an episode, as we've seen from the trailer. The same corridors, the Dalek coming to say exterminate. That's going to be in an episode. They've confirmed that now.
Can't get away from that.
I guess they will. I wasn't quite sure if Moffat. I assume it's Stephen Moffat who wrote it. It's got to be obvious. But if he thought, I'm going to use this in a future episode. If he's thought, because I'm sort of thinking, is Stephen Moffat writing the Dalek story now? Is that just confirmed that he's going to be doing?
I presume so. Yeah. It's quite weird with the episode structure. Like, obviously, I think it's after episode 5 the Daleks are going to appear in it. Quite
that would be good, actually.
If it's episode 6,
yeah, it would be good if it was.
It'd be very.
That's what I didn't think.
Yeah, it'd be a similar format to like the first series Dalek story, which is really cool.
I like that. I thought that was well done.
Yeah, as I said, I really enjoyed the clip. I think the problem was it was just sort of like it was hyping it up, but then it's just sort of like nothing to come. Do you know what I mean? Like, there was obviously we were going to get a new companion, but it was such a far way away. It was just sort of creating this buzz before going to come anyway. But it was a nice bit of Doctor Who. Quickly before John. Yeah.
She's not. Of course, it's very obvious. She's not in the Christmas special. So casual viewers would tune in thinking, we expect that girl with the massive afro to turn up in the Christmas special. And for them, they'd be very disappointed because Bill did not turn up. But also, I do feel like that's one of the strengths of the Return of Dr. Mysterio, that they didn't actually introduce her in the Christmas special. And then they sort of just like, all right, here's the trailer. Here's something new to look forward to. Like, of course, it was very different to what they did in 2012 with Clara. Of course, I know it's a different Clara in the but I'm sort of, Yeah.
I don't think they could do another companion introduction like Clara. That was just so off the wall.
As long as Bill is not the character who is impossible and meets all the doctors now, because I feel like her and Clara and River, that's why I'm not too fond of them, because they're essentially, you know, special because of how impossible or how, you know, like we've met all the doctors, therefore we qualified to be the best thing since sliced bread. No, you're not. Just be normal.
Yeah, it doesn't guarantee.
That's why I'm looking forward to Bill. It seems like we're gonna get a normal companion again.
Yeah, no, definitely. So yeah, that happened. Before we go on to class, just sort of mention Big Finish because they've presents this year. Obviously because we had no real Doctor Who, and sort of a lot of people, I think, have allowed the time if they sort of want their sort of dose of Doctor Who. Big Finish is this year. There's a lot of new series stuff. Was there any favourite releases this year for you, Adam? Sorry?
The new series stuff has sort of kicked off this year. There was sort of, at the end of 2015, we got like the Unit, and then the War Doctor. But then it all kicked off. We got David Tennant coming back, and those are nice 3 set of adventures. They were really good. I really enjoyed the War Doctor stuff. As far as I've sort of, I've been told some 4th Doctor stuff is really good. Particularly, there's one called The Labyrinth of Buda Castle. It sounds really gothic, and I was like, right, that's right. And then, I like how Big Finish play with loads of different tones. You can go dark, or you can go like you know, you compare something like The Diary of a Song to Torchwood. Tone-wise, they're different, and they approach it. They, from what I hear, they approach them really good. Like they approach it on the note. Well, the tone, and the fact that you sort of have a company who can do a lot of different, you know, variety of content,
genres, and
admirable.
Yeah, no, yeah, it really is. Yeah, I feel like this year I've got into more Big Finish. Obviously, I love the 10th Doctor Adventures; they're absolutely brilliant. Torchwood, I've really loved this year. I've really got into that. I need to finish Series 1. I've listened to the first 4, so I'm still waiting on that. Obviously, I listened to the War Doctor box set. I have got Classic Monsters and Classic Doctor's New Monsters and the second Doctor one, but I need to listen to that. I haven't actually listened to the box set yet.
Oh,
both box sets. So that's my sort of
stuff.
Yeah, I have started listening to the first story of the Classic Doctor's New Monsters, and it seemed really fun actually. Things Webbs asks, what's your favourite Christmas special? His is the Christmas Invasion, or they are Christmas Invasion. I think we're both the Christmas Invasion as well.
I think so. Yeah, got to be. A close runner-up, I think, would be The Runaway Bride, because of how fun it was as a story. It holds up such a high entertainment value for me, because David Tennant and Catherine Tate are such a great duo, and it was just a fun Christmas thing. It wasn't like too shoved in your face like certain other showrunners decided to do it. It's done quite well.
Cough, cough, Moffat.
Yeah.
So we obviously then it was sort of went a bit bleak. And then Class came around. Class came around. I know you didn't really like it, did you, Adam? Yeah, Adam's trying to get.
What are you on about? I have no idea what you're on about. What is...
Yeah, we had no.
Okay, all right, fine. I will stop the joke, because I have to face the truth. Yes, it happened. When it was first announced that Class would be happening, I was one of those people who was like, I don't know, is Cole Hill enough to make this whole Doctor Who spin-off? Personally, not really. Do you think so? Do you think? Oh, Cole Hill, that's a good Doctor Who spin-off.
Yeah, no. Initially, I think that was everybody really. I didn't know, but it was just sort of like demanding a spin-off of Cole Hill. But no, I think when everybody heard that they were doing a spin-off set on Cole Hill, it's just like, you've not really set that up. You've like Clara sometimes, but you've never really set that up. So, but yeah, no, I was exactly the same as you. When I saw the announcement, I was just like, ugh, okay. But my mind has changed seeing more footage and obviously seeing the episodes.
Yeah.
Were you? I know the answer to this, but were you satisfied with Class?
I was for
the
few. The first few were fine. They weren't the best things on the planet, but they were fine. Right. Like a lot of things, they're just fine. Like the prom one was. It's like I can see why some people find the prom one slightly entertaining. And the coach of the Grand Dragon Tattoo, R.I.P. Mr. Armitage. Sorry, there was.
Yeah.
And Night Visiting. I saw the back. Again, some people didn't like that one, but I thought, well, actually, it was all right. And compared to what we got following episode 3, it was a bit. It did go to the total teen cringe that I thought it would.
Yeah.
And there's a scene in episode 4. I didn't know what came over them when they actually thought this was a good idea to show. And I'm sure you guys will know if you've seen episode 4. There was a certain moment. I'm not gonna bother. It just. I don't know what. I was like, what is what? Okay. If two people want to, then but you don't then have a juxtaposition with an aliens doing similar things to what these two people were doing. I'm not going to say what they were doing. There are kids watching this.
I think we can. Yeah, like, yeah, but yeah. We're right. Okay, so with Class, I did like it. There were a lot of elements I did like in it. It was a bit convoluted, and I think some of the dialogue was very cheesy, and the resolutions kind of nowhere. But yeah, like I think that the first couple episodes were pretty good. Dipped for me with that 2-parter where, as you said, that particular scene happens. I remember that. I remember watching that scene Adam was describing.
What if you're through the door and then you see that?
Oh, I watched it with somebody. I did watch it with somebody, and I looked at them and I said, "Am I seeing that correctly? Like, if you put something in my tea, am I seeing this? Like, but no, yeah. So, but yeah, so it dipped, and then I think for me it did come back with the last few episodes. So, but yeah, I think the point is obviously where we think about it critically, you can't deny the lack of viewing figures it's had, which is quite a shame, really. Because I know a lot of people. There are some people actually love it, and that's fine, and some people actually hate it, and that's fine as well. But with both sides, they can sort of mutually agree that the viewing figures have been awful. BBC, it's been on BBC Three, the online service, and that hasn't really got anywhere. And obviously, it's going to be on BBC One, but at like 10:45 at night, and that's like not. They should be putting it on like 9 o'clock. But because there's not new content in a sense, that's why they pushed it back to later on a sort of evening.
I think
it's.
I think they put that like 2-3 o'clock in the morning. I think on BBC Two or something. They had like a repeat of the recent episode or something.
Yeah. Do you think it's going to get series 2? Honestly.
Well, I was sort of going to episode. What I sort of do is I'll sort of summarize. With the finale, the events of the finale, of course, that will lead story-wise and content-wise into potentially yes a second series. But for whether they actually gets commissioned, logically, the BBC rather would, I think, probably would take statistics over content. I think.
Yeah.
No matter what you've got, you might have this aching idea to Patrick Ness to get a second series out there, but if the statistics aren't on your side, then it's bad luck, mate. That's the thing. And also, Lars essentially had to fill the gap with no Doctor Who, because it was the only bit of Doctor Who content. They threw the Doctor in there in the actual story to sort of highlight the fact that it was connected,
right?
And it was as it was like a surrogate. But now that Doctor Who's going to come back, do you think? Because I remember the good old days when we had Doctor Who, Torchwood, and the Sarah Jane all in the same year.
All in the year.
Well, thank you, Russell. You're a mad genius, but I love you, dude. But, whether you could actually say, whether you could have Series 10 and Class Series 2, I'd admire them for the fact that they, you know, the BBC can actually be like, actually, do you know what, we can have both on. But I'm not quite sure, because of the viewing figures and because of the popularity, like, compared to the first seasons of Torchwood or the Sarah Jane Adventures, it hasn't really got that. And the thing is, it doesn't have anything. We had Captain Jack. Everyone loves Captain Jack anyway. But when you did Torchwood, you grow the character. And Sarah Jane, people like 10 years now.
Sure, yeah, they were established. Yeah, they were established like lead characters. Yeah.
And kids love Elizabeth Sladen. They have a new generation who love Elizabeth Sladen, and they kept. And they say, this is something, and the viewing figures are decent. We're going to keep this. But Class doesn't have hardly anything. There's apart from. Okay, we'll have the Weeping Angels in it. There's sort of hard. It's like, are people really interested? That's the thing.
Yeah.
People interest, apart from us hardcore fans.
No, exactly. Yeah, that's the thing. It was quite a ballsy move, like obviously having lead characters, and I think they did a great job, like establishing their characters. But yeah, it's the. But no, yeah. So I would hope for it to get a series 2. So I think if it just tweaks certain things, I think it will be great. And with the Weeping Angels, that's gonna be so cool. Seeing them be brutal, like snapping people's necks, like you saw at the end of that, her neck was around here, and it was just like that'd be cool to see.
Although, counter to your argument, if we get episodes on TV like Heaven Sent, why can't we have it in Doctor Who?
Right. That's that's completely.
It's fair enough if a spin-off gets a Doctor Who monster, it connects to the universe somewhat. But why not do it on Doctor Who? I think people actually genuinely wanted a Capaldi Weeping Angel story like for ages now. I don't know. We're doing an audio one actually. Did you hear about it? The Lost Angel.
Yes, I did see that, but it's not.
It's not a big. It's not a big finish, by the way. It's just like a BBC audio thing.
Yeah. No, yeah, it's like so reading the book. But yeah, that's still pretty cool, isn't it? I'll just read a few comments on here. So SFRG Nerd said, I enjoyed Class to start with, but my interest kept going down as it went on. So quite similar to you, Adam.
Also, I kept myself occupied actually because November was the month. I remember I watched episode 4 a little. I only watched half of it, and then I had to go to London to watch. And then I was just doing other things.
Have you got the book? The Class book.
Oh, the Class book.
Is it around? This will be worth it, viewers. This will be worth it.
I'm gonna have to tell a story about this. I'll tell the story. I was at MCM Comic Con. It was a nice day. It was a great convention, and then they had this Doctor Who book stand, and there was loads of different people there. It's like, hi. I was like, yeah, I'm a Doctor Who fan, and I was just having a chat with them, just saying, oh, we got this for this price, this for this price. They had like the 10th Doctor book, the Cook book, whatever, and then they had this. But the reason why I got it, it was before episode 3. It was actually when I started to like Class, and James Goss was there. James Goss, who wrote this, it says here James Goss. I know it's backwards, but it's proof that James Goss wrote it. James Goss was there, and actually, I'm going to show you it. This is the actual. He signed it, and we talked about the 10th Doctor adventures. And which he wrote, and he's a great guy and a fantastic writer, a talented.
Yeah.
And then it just so happened at MCM there was a screening of episode 3, and all the cast were there. So I decided, why not get the books, get them all to sign it. Could be worth something in the future. Flog on eBay. When Class
put the dollar sign on it.
You know, becomes that thing of like, remember this, and they have this massive. They'll want this.
The highest bidder. Yeah. No, that's really cool. Yeah, I've got a few of the books. I will try and read them. But yeah, I think that's all really about class. Are you gonna buy? Are you not gonna buy the box set, or are you gonna buy the box set? No, no. I knew that. I knew that already. I will. There was a comment somebody put.
Is there any special features? Have they announced any special features for that box set, or is it so far just the 8 episodes?
I'm not too sure. They might have some giant scene stuff. I haven't. They might announce something near the release, but
I was actually going to say, at this bookstore, they I don't think these were out at the time, but they gave me this tote bag, and it came with these awesome posters. And I was,
oh wow,
and then the Dalek one, but then it also, I was going to say, I'm sorry, I got off a little bit of a tangent. This is it says like Who Graphica on this tote bag. I was like, I had to. Nice. I had to, guys.
You had to.
I had to. I couldn't resist all that stuff that came with it, and there were nice people there. And I just thought it was the cheapest thing there was. And James Goss was there. And when you sort of see an orphan, but you're like, oh, all right.
Yeah.
James Goss is.
Yeah, I honestly like James Goss has written my favorite Big Finish stories. He wrote the favorite 10th Doctor already one, the last one, Death and the Queen. And he also wrote a favourite Torchwood audio, which is Fall to Earth.
I believe he wrote the 7th Doctor Sycorax story as well. I heard that's really good.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, when I get around to that, I will. Because I read it, yes, James Goss. Kudos to James Goss. So yeah, that's it with class, I think. There was a lot riding on it, because obviously it was everybody's clambering to get their fix of Doctor Who, so there was a lot riding on it. I hope it gets to series 2. I think if it does, we will find out shortly. And I think it'll be in between series 10 and this 2017's Christmas special.
And if it doesn't, then sorry, dude.
What we lost, yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah, I know what you mean, yeah. But
yeah.
So that was class. That was class. Whether you hate it or love it, hope the viewing things will get better. So yeah, class. In between class and the return of Dr. Mysterio, we got the reconstruction for the 50th anniversary of Power of the Daleks. This was such a treat to have. The 50th anniversary. Adam's got it there on DVD. Look at that. You can see that? Yeah.
Oh my.
Oh my word.
Oh my word.
Yes. Power of the Daleks. Yeah, I absolutely love this reconstruction. It was really nice they did something for the 50th anniversary. And it was nice we've actually got a DVD release. I never thought we'd see another classic DVD release. What are your thoughts on the story then? Because I not really watched, but I watched the telesnap version of it before the reconstruction, so I knew the story. But obviously this was your first time, and you went to the BFI screening as well. What did you make of the story and the animation, Adam?
Well, I went to the BFI screening, watched the 3 episodes, and then I finished it on BBC Store. Then I rewatched it on DVD. And my thoughts on Power of the Daleks is a bloody brilliant story. The Doctor in it is Patrick Troughton's Doctor. The way they introduced him, the way they did it, absolutely brilliant. And so many, I love loving the story that he refers to the Doctor in the third person. I love that. He just makes it sort of. He just says that he just makes the companion sort of not trust him in a way. He doesn't trust himself, which I know has been replicated since that. I don't trust myself now that I've literally just changed my face and become a different person entirely. And this is kind of the first time that it happened in Doctor Who, and it's just fascinating. But Daleks, the Dalek voices are great. It's terrifying. The way they just say the Daleks conquer and destroy, like the Daleks are creepy.
Yeah, they're good.
I quite Lesterson was quite like a sort of pantomime kind of character in the sense that he was kind of sort of a like a Troutony kind of character, you know, just like, oh, but darling, you know, he's so eccentric about this experiment, and then he descends into this like my creatures are evil, and it's just a great performance. And Bernard Archer is brilliant, and Bernard Archer in Pyramids of Mars is brilliant as well. Great actor, great Doctor Who actor. You know,
Yeah.
Been some great stories.
Yeah, he has. Yeah. Pyramids of Mars.
Love that story.
Yeah.
One of the highlights is the end of episode 4 when Lesterson goes into the Dalek and sees the mutants coming out and the Dalek creations. And did you notice go and they say exterminate all humans? In the original, of course, they were cardboard Daleks.
Yeah.
This time they've actually put Daleks in it.
That was amazing.
Quite
yeah,
nice
like that's something they could never achieve, and that was so cool. Yeah, like obviously, yeah, with the original, obviously they only had 4 actual Daleks, so obviously the rest were cardboard clowns. But in this, it was like a whole bloody army. Like I think it's like the most Daleks you've ever seen on screen. I think it was absolutely insane.
It was.
Absolutely insane.
And the best thing about this release is that, of course, I see it in Tesco's, I see it in Sainsbury's, I see it.
Yeah.
It feels like a Doctor Who story is finally. I don't see Underwater Menace being in the charts, but this is in the charts, and it's great. That you know, some shoppers who wants to buy DVD are like, "Ooh, what's this?" and buy it, and just buy it because it looks interesting and it's got a nice little cover. And it's like, oh, I haven't seen this Doctor Who in ages because they haven't bothered with the current stuff. I don't know, but yeah. It's nice that it's sort of got this mainstream thing, and BBC Store have been promoting the hell out of it. They got, like, Paradolic stickers. They were fun, and it just felt. And the BBC Store release on top of the DVD release and the screening and everything, it felt like they put effort into the release because it was 50 years since Charlton, and we haven't really had a big 50th celebration since the 50th anniversary itself.
Yeah, it was really rewarding to have that. Yeah, obviously. This isn't the first release we're going to get as well. We will be getting a Blu-ray steelbook of this in February. Is it February? I haven't. I did see it on Amazon, and there was like an email saying like, "You've used some Doctor Who products.
Oh yeah.
You can feel this." I was like, "Yes, okay, all right, all right. I will soon. I will soon."
Yeah.
Like I said. Sorry.
What do you? I think you're actually coming onto it. It's going to be in color. What do you think?
Well, I saw a GIF of a colored version of it, and I wasn't too sure really. I can understand why. And fair play to doing that. But I'm not really too fussed on it. But it would be interesting to see.
I think the Daleks look good in colour, but I wasn't too sure about anything else.
The skin tones, the walls and all the stuff, it just didn't look great. Yeah, so, but it is already out at BBC America. You can get if you were in BBC America, they have released the coloured version. So I'm sure if you could find it somewhere like lying about. But yeah, no, I bought this on the BBC Store. I bought the DVD, and I hope to buy the Blu-ray. And I really hope this kicks off this doing missing episodes. I think the next logical step would be Eve of the Daleks. When you say after this,
because I think I remember you saying that they've got the Daleks down now, so you know they can.
Pretty much, yeah.
Also, I was going to say
something in the comments.
Before we get, I was going to say.
Oh, go on. Yeah. Sorry.
I was going to say, honestly, this release has actually made me want to buy the audios for other missing stories. I like to listen to them because I like to listen to stuff like Evil of the Daleks or Marco Polo, like the audio versions, or watch reconstructions because I'm interested in those stories, and you don't know what they might pick a story next that you're like, oh, okay, they're picking this one, and because of course it's a big, let's just say, power, 6 months to get it all together and release it in time. And I know they could have like touched up a little bit, but I sort of, you don't know what they're going to do next, or whether what the missions. So I want as early as possible to experience evil Marco Polo. I really Marco Polo just personally. I heard Dalek's master plan. That'll be like an aching experience because you're there for like 12 episodes, sat there, and of course we've got the Christmas one in the middle, which is the best Christmas special. I lied. Christmas Invasion is a total piece of crap. We have the Feast of Stephen. It's great.
Yeah, I did watch the taste that version of Dark Master Plan. I watched up to episode 7 or 8. And I didn't watch it after that. I was just sort of like, if you're going to make it, I will watch the rest of it. But somebody says I think they have the coloured version on BBC.com, so you might be able to get that. On these things. So yeah. So there you go. So yeah, Power Daleks. It was great to have that for the 50th anniversary story, and may there be more. And it's great to hear that you're going to sort of go out your way and sort of look for missing stories now, because the audio reconstruction is really cool. Sort of like I've listened to a couple of those, and they're really cool.
Oh yeah.
So we pretty much ended the year with the return of Doctor Who, another Christmas special, which I thought was absolutely insane. After having the Husband's River Song and then having another Christmas special with this. But it turned out all right. So we had the return of Dr. Mysterio on Christmas Day. Featured superheroes, Nardole. And yeah, that even those two elements are enough to just sort of go, ooh, how is this going to work? How's this going to work? And surprisingly enough, it did. I think it was nothing amazing. It wasn't an amazing bit of film. It was good. It was just good. It wasn't bad as well. So if you can sum up your thoughts, Adam, what did you think of the return of Doctor Mysterio?
The return of Doctor Who, I thought, was pretty good. And the reason I call it Doctor Who is because Doctor Who is it translates here. The return of Doctor Who.
Yeah.
But I know Doctor Mysterio. I like in the episode. There was that nice bit in the beginning of the episode where if you were a superhero, you'd be called Doctor Mysterio, and then at the end they say, and then also the reporter woman says, "Who is he?" And then he says, "Doctor Mysterio," and then he goes flying off in the TARDIS like Doctor Who. Doctor Who. I'm sorry, but too much. Okay, calm down. Yeah, it was absolutely fine. I was actually surprised that we got the return of the people who got their places from the Husband's River Song, but they weren't really the main threat in that. It wasn't the focus. It wasn't their story. It was really high blacks in the diamond, whatever that.
Yeah, they were just. Yeah, it was like I said, it was just a side character, and obviously you got to explore them a bit more. The plan was a bit confusing at the beginning. I didn't really sort of make of that, like with them sort of pitching their business plan. And I was like, okay, right. But yeah, it was fine. Obviously, Nardole makes his return as well. And obviously, we now know that he's fully in Series 10. How did you find Nardole in this episode?
Weirdly enough, he actually had. It feels weird me saying it. He had dialogue. He didn't go, he didn't make funny faces. He didn't like squeal or anything. That felt like. And though I think there was the same problem of him not really contributing much to the story, I do think that they have a decent dynamic. It's a different dynamic, so it's something new. Particularly when they have their scenes in the TARDIS, it feels something new. It's like this is actually, It comes out a bit more. It's a bit more interesting to me that he's not really acting like he was in Husbands, which I'm so glad.
Yeah, I don't
think like Matt Lucas, rather than it feels more towards what Matt Lucas would actually be like as a companion, rather than comic relief.
Yeah, like I said, yeah, he did say in an interview, he would find that annoying if he sort of played up in his whole sort of role. Do you feel that Matt Lucas, Niall's character, overshadowed the Doctor? Like, I watched it, you said like that, but it just sort of taking over the sort of Doctor's role because he's sort of controlling the TARDIS and no.
I don't really think so. I can see why that's a problem, but no, I don't really have a. The thing I'm sort of worried about is what more can you do with him? He was fine in the Christmas special. He worked in that thing, but now that you sort of bring him, I guess as a bit more. We're going to see more of him. Let's just confirm that we're going to see more of him.
Well,
I'm fairly intrigued to see what they are going to do with expanding. A pretty, a nice. What's the? It's not.
I think he's got a job. He's actually got a job to do apparently.
I never really saw him as companion, but like side characters, someone like who in the Doctor Who universe I could just. He was fine. He was a fine one-off companion. Duggan.
From yeah.
No City of Death. Or Frank's. Or yeah. He's just that one character you just think you're good, but I really full series material is sort of something that's yet to, I guess, to be experimented. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, like you said, it's weird, but it will be interesting in series 10 why he has to sort of stay around. So that'll be weird to explore. Is there anything to talk about the episode? The superhero elements. Obviously, clearly it was obviously a homage.
Yeah.
And you think how's that going to work like superheroes in Doctor Who? But it was pretty. I think it was pretty decent. In the sort of context of the show. But yeah, so yeah, the Return of Doctor Mysterio. Have you got any overall thoughts?
I am going to ask. Some people have said actually some of their complaints of it. It's not Doctor Who. I've
heard that quite a bit.
I did enjoy it as its own thing, actually.
Sure.
And yeah, I can kind of say it is and it isn't. Someone did. I think I saw on Twitter someone do a trailer, of the Return of Doctor Mysterio, where they took out Justin Chatwin's superhero, the Ghost, and Lucy. They took that out completely. And it was just like the Doctor and Arnold, and they sort of did a recut trailer. And I thought that I think adding them was it added quite an interesting bit to the story, like an interesting little side plot. I thought it was fine. I didn't think there was anything wrong with the side plot with Lucy and the Ghost so much. I thought it was a nice homage in amongst a Doctor Who invasion story. And I don't think it was I think both had a fair good amount of screen time. I enjoyed it, both parts of it really. It depends what people enjoy most, the Doctor and Nardole bit or the Ghost and Lucy. So what do you think? The Doctor, what was more interesting for you, or did you think they worked together for the story?
I think they worked together really well. I think I can understand why people would say it's not Doctor Who, but it tried something different. It had that sort of like, obviously it is in a sort of bridge gap of like River Song and the new companion. I'm glad they left that for the new series. Like, I'm glad this was just sort of this one thing with the superheroes. Yeah, I can. People say it's not Doctor Who traditionally, but it tried something different. It was a lot of fun on Christmas Day. It would be interesting to watch this outside the Christmas story, but it's not really a Christmas story though, is it? Because they only mention it once. That's it.
And honestly, mate,
yeah,
maybe one of the better Moffat Christmas specials. It could be like my top 5 Christmas specials, to be honest. Because to tell you the truth, I know. But to tell you the truth, it was a good story. That's the thing. Christmas wasn't shoved like all the other Moffat Christmas specials. You could leave that aside. It had a good focus. I enjoyed those two stories. I think they worked really well together, and such.
Yeah.
I had a good. I actually could sit down. I could enjoy it, and I was like, oh my god.
Yeah.
It was a revelation. I think,
Yeah. No, I got that as well. I
genuinely.
was just like, after watching it, it was just like, I actually enjoyed that. I actually enjoyed watching that. Which, with our Christmas specials, like I said, it was nice for Moffat to do that. So yeah, I was pleasantly surprised. But then obviously we've got the Series 10 trailer, which I will talk about in a sec. We'll just read a few comments. Harry Phillips asks, what is our favourite episodes of Class?
Oh, Harry, you disappoint me. I thought you were going to say Doctor Who, and then I would have dug out DVDs. Favorite episode of Class? I'm going to have to say, if someone put a gun to my head and say, what is your favorite episode of Class? I will say
That'd be a weird situation.
none of them.
What?
Because I
But
can't pick
you see,
one. Because I find a
you
few
can't, you know.
and I find a lot of them bad. So you can't really
Okay.
say what's the best 5 out of 10 episode of Class. I don't know.
Oh, brilliant! Loads of people have said episode 1. I quite enjoy episode 2, to be honest. I really like Ram's story in there.
They all broadcast in one, and that might have helped. That
Yeah, sure, yeah.
They both came out at the same time. They were actually
Yeah.
It was nice that day that we got the book. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, episode 1 was a decent start. I really enjoyed. Obviously, really enjoyed episode 2. Episode 3 was a bit hit and miss. Episode 4 and 5, that two-parter was meh. Episode 5 was a bit better, but episode 4 was just ugh. I loved episode 6. Episode 7 was really cool. It was really out there.
Yeah.
And the finale was okay, I guess. It was just some surprising stuff.
Yeah, truly surprising.
Yeah. They cut off a favorite character in the first minute or so. I was like, oh.
Oh
So,
yeah, that was a
yeah.
that scene. I didn't know how to feel at that scene. There was that April song. There was April song in the background, and arguably she's okay in the singing department. Probably a little bit lower than okay, but I think there was some bits. There was some bits in that opening bit where you just have the Ram running in slow motion, going, "No!" It's just like, yeah, why?
Yeah.
It's just
yeah.
As it just fits with all the cliches, all over there. There's a whole bag of them.
Yeah, so that's our views on the Class episodes. Somebody's watching from New Zealand. Hello back from the UK to New Zealand.
Oh yes, yeah.
Yeah, that's cool, isn't it? And somebody said, I've never really thought of this. Somebody wants a spin-off comic series of the Ghost, where the Ghost has to fight the Daleks. Who would win? I think the Daleks would ultimately win.
Oh yeah,
the Ghost, yeah. But there again, could it be
the comics?
I think that's what they're referencing to. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be quite an interesting thing. I don't think people are screaming for it, but that'd be quite.
Well,
it's just like if you one page, just like exterminate.
Comic form, then yeah, well, it fits. He's a comic book person, really. He fits that style, and that was a nice little opening bit.
I think he has got a spin-off comic.
The comic.
Yeah, he has. Yeah. So that's pretty cool. So at the end of the Christmas special, we also got a tease for the Series 10, which will be getting in 2017. What do you think of the trailer, Adam?
Hi, I'm Adam. I serve chips.
Nah.
What do I think? Yes.
Yeah.
It was intriguing. Yes, it felt great. Yeah. It felt great to get a trailer at the end of a Christmas special. Because I remember.
Yeah. We haven't had that since 2012.
Days, we got trailers.
Yeah.
It was truly great to have that again. And it kept you intrigued. You're like, what's going on? Apart from those emoji things, those things can just go away. And there's a bit. What I love, mate,
Hmm.
the variety. There's such variety. It feels like
Yes.
on an alien planet. When's the last time we've been on an alien
Yeah,
planet?
that's true. Yeah, I'm trying to think actually.
Like,
Yeah.
you know, a proper, you know, like, yeah, I feel that's cool.
Mm.
It's got a nice variety of stuff, and I just look at Victorians. We get priests in the TARDIS. You know that bit with the priest and the Doctor's got his.
Yeah, that is
what I
odd.
assume are the return of them dreaded sunglasses.
That was quite a controversial decision.
I thought they were gone.
Yeah, I didn't mind them, but I know so many people hated them, like absolutely despised the Sonic sunglasses. So quite ballsy for them to bring them back. From a trailer point of view, the beginning bit, it was quite a checklist. It was like, who's Bill? What are we gonna do? Right, we're gonna fly around space and time. Or look, a dark exterminators and shoes. But it seemed more colourful. I don't know what they've done. I think they brought the saturation up, but it just looks so colourful, like you said, vibrant and different. And it was quite a nice structured trailer. And also Nardle's nearly killed by a Dalek.
Woo!
Woo, yeah. No, it was a really nice little tease. It'd be cool to sort of get like a full trailer, but as a coming soon trailer, it was great. Like I said, it gave you sort of vibes of sort of, like I said, Rusty Davis era, sort of like you knew there's going to be a series in a couple months' time. Really, really cool stuff. So yeah, that's I think we've covered everything from 2016, pretty much most of it. So we're going to look forward to 2017 now. Obviously, yes, Series 10. That's pretty much a guarantee. What do you hope to get out of Series 10, Adam? Is there anything you sort of really sort of want them to do?
Well, from the trailer, it seems that we're going to get a few interesting things. I'm intrigued about Sarah Pollard's Victorian story, Mike Bartlett's story with David Suchet as the something.
Landlord?
What's he called?
The landlord.
Ah, yes, that's it.
No. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Right. Yeah.
I'm intrigued, but I'm just like, what's that about? Like the haunted, like Rona Monroe. Forgot she's coming back. That's gonna be cool. That's gonna be.
Yeah.
I'm interested. I'm just like different writers because we've had Stephen Moffat for the past few, so it's just nice to have a new writer. Of course, it's new people coming into Doctor Who is always a good thing. Anyway.
Yes. Yeah.
And the variety of places we're gonna go, the things we're gonna see. It feels like Doctor Who.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's feeling like Doctor Who. I feel like, I'm fairly. Matt Lucas is the only thing. Missy actually is another thing. I'm worried about, but I'm.
We're about a later date. We're about a later date.
All the Moffat isn't. I'm worried about, but other than that, it's pretty decent.
Yeah, no, I'm really excited for this series. It's going to offer something new and refreshing that we haven't seen in a while with Doctor Who. Yeah, I just hope, like you say, get some good stories out of it. We have a few comments. Obviously, in literally half an hour's time, we're going to be getting our premiere of Sherlock Series 4.
We are.
I'm pretty excited. I'm pretty pumped for it. How about you, Adam?
Yeah, I'm ready for it. Yeah.
Yeah. It will be an interesting watch. Things Web says there's going to be a Waters of Mars sequel, which I think they're referring to the first episode, which is like the flood. Yeah,
I'm honestly confused about what's in what episode now.
You're about.
I'm confused about what's in what's episode.
Oh right. Well, the water stuff that's in episode 1 because obviously that Bill's friend who's been taken into the water. Obviously, she screamed in the trailer, and I think they also got off world and see the flood maybe on Mars. I don't know. We will find out in a matter of in a matter of like months really. But yeah, obviously, like again, it could be not, but who knows? Also, 2017 marks the 10th anniversary of Sarah Jane Adventures. And obviously got the Attic Convention. I know a few people are going to. What were your thoughts on the Sarah Jane Adventures, Adam?
I'm taken back to when I was a kid. A kid that was about 10 years old when... Oh, nostalgia. It is kind of a nostalgic look back. Because I don't sit here as a 19-year-old and think I'm going to stick on the Sarah Jane Adventures. But as it was entertaining. I love... She is brilliant in the series. I love the gang that she's made. And the whole concept of the Sarah Jane Adventures, I just think is great to have Sarah Jane, an old Doctor companion, assemble these group of teenagers and do what she did. Fight aliens, solve not Scooby-Doo mysteries, but mysteries surrounding aliens. I just think as a concept of the series is great, and people adored Liz over time. And over time that we sort of got Doctor Who stuff kind of coming in. We got the Doctors themselves. David and Matt came in. We got like them talking about the classic. Sarah Jane would like reference the classic series. There was that bit in Death of the Doctor where she was going, "Oh, what the companions are up to now." Also from I think because people like the Sarah Jane Adventures at the time, like they're sort of starting to sort of discover, I guess, maybe the older stuff. And it's just nice for fans like us to sort of be like, so where are they now? And it just it's great for its own thing, and it's great for fans like us. It had a good balance of that. And people love Elizabeth Sladen, but people aren't so fond of that other thing. Anyway, carry on.
I completely agree. I think I love the series, and I still do. And I think there's some really good stories. I think Phil Ford has some great stories. Patrick Sherwood says, "I love Sarah Jane Adventures. It was the best thing on TV." Things Web says, "Do you think they should have continued the Sarah Jane Adventures without Elizabeth Sladen?" No. Maybe if they, it is really hard. It's such a hard decision. I think I respect what they did. But Rusty Davis has come out recently and said he did regret not sort of concluding it. But when they left it was such a nice, beautiful trip. It was really sad to watch that last episode, even though it wasn't the greatest story.
Yeah,
so good. But yeah, it's hard to conclude it without the main character herself. There was talk about like maybe the children going to Torchwood, children, but like the teenage, it's quite a tricky one, but I think they made the right decision ultimately.
Yeah.
Today that you've mentioned, Adam, it is 40 years. Since the character of Layla debuted.
Yes, really indeed.
Awesome. Yeah. Where's she on my shelf? There she is.
The Face of Evil aired 40 years ago. It aired in 1977. Also, I'm going to come on to this, but I'm going to talk about The Face of Evil. The Face of Evil is a good story, and I like it. But Leela is for me, is one of my favourite Doctor Who companions, I think. I think her and Tom Baker just worked off really well together. And some of the stories that would come after Face of Evil, Robots of Death, Talons of Wing Chang, Horror of Fang Rocks, great stories that were to follow. And I just think, and they're doing stuff on Big Finish, of course, Tom and Louise. I think that's absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, no, it's great they continue that. Yeah,
the Doctor essentially just has to be this character where he's sort of teaching Leela to not be as savage, and I love that dynamic. I think it works really well. And it sort of just makes the Doctor, in a way, just sort of feel like less of an, I don't know, not less of an aim, but like he sort of has to, of course, what he has to essentially be is this role model, which I like. I like the role model for Leela. It's like, don't follow this way. And the Doctor might, essentially have. I like the idea that he's essentially influenced, Leela, and not for her to be as savage as she is. I think it's a great dynamic.
Yes, those aspects do work quite well. I think with So obviously, like you have like examples like Liz Shaw, who knows everything, and she's pretty much on the same level as a Doctor, like characters like that. You have characters which are sort of in the middle, like 50-50, and obviously you have sort of companions also sort of needing to sort of learn and learn aspire stuff, character traits, and look on life from the Doctor, like sort of like I said, Layla, and in a way Ace as well, like, and I hope, and Donna as well, which I think is what we'll see with Pearl, in series 10, which would just be, I love that sort of side. Some of the comments did say, they said go Leela.
And
yeah. Hey, K9.
40 years
K9
again since K9 in a few months. I think October, I believe.
Yeah.
Look, and we're gonna get a movie.
Well, I don't think we will. I don't think that's happening.
I know.
They
but
have
40 years of this metal dog, this tin dog,
yeah,
rather.
4 years of K9.
Brilliant.
So yeah, obviously, yeah, we're meant to be getting, if anybody's forgot, K9 Timequake. I don't think it's gonna happen because John Leeson, okay, has he said they haven't contacted him, nothing. So we'll see how that goes. But also, there's been no filming pictures. There's been no promotion for it. They announced it and it just went under the radar. So if I see a trailer, I'll just be like, "What? It's happening? Like what?"
I know.
So yeah, that will be weird. So yeah, we could get that in 2017 with the return of K9 and Omega.
I keep forgetting another anniversary.
Is
it's
it?
40 years
There's loads of anniversaries.
since it's not to do with Doctor Who, but it's to do with a franchise which I personally absolutely love. A very beloved sci-fi franchise will be turning 40, and it's had a movie come out. It's there's going to be a movie of this franchise every year released by a corporation.
Star Wars. Okay, yeah.
Star Wars. We're wearing Star Wars shirts.
Okay.
We don't like Doctor Who. We've told you a lie.
Yeah, we've been lying this whole time. we wear Star Wars merchandise. A quick across for here. I think we'll wrap this up in a minute because I know people are going to see Sherlock in a bit. But what do you think of Rogue One? Obviously, Rogue One.
I really enjoyed it. I thought that I liked the sort of band of people that came together. Very nice, diverse cast. There was some nice sort of there was like a relationship with the blind guy and the guy with like longer hair. I thought that was like quite a nice relationship. Relationship kind of built there as well.
Yeah, it was quite funny. I've seen so many reviews of the film, and so many people saying, yeah, so there was the blind guy, and it's like you don't know the characters' names. It's so weird, but the blind.
You feel that they've been around for a while, and you know they've been around the galaxy, and so,
yeah.
Vader, man.
Whew. Oh yeah, honestly, like, yeah, that obviously he was in that sort of scene when he was sort of like with the General Tarkin.
Yeah,
but yeah, the end bit, bloody Nora. We're just like, I thought it was going to be Leia at first for some reason. Like, the other corridor's dark. I was like, Leia's going to come now, and it's just like, and it was like, oh shoot, and it was that absolutely stunning. But yeah, but even if you take that out, it was a great story, some great characters, and it was a nice contained film. It was really, I was really pleased.
And it made one of afterwards, which is rumored to get a 4K re-release.
Really? But I ain't the special edition, is it? No, like, it better be like the original.
It'd be a great surprise if it wasn't, but it's just nice. It would be nice to get a re-release because I know they did the Phantom Menace. They were going to do all Star Wars films released in 3D. Yeah. Remember? And I think it would have still been a today. But yeah, I believe in Star Wars Celebration events, they did Attack of the Clones. I think they did Revenge of the Sith, and I think maybe they've done the original trilogy as well. But yeah, I'd love it because you know it's it's quite a milestone for what is a beloved franchise.
Yeah, no, it really is, really is. Well, yeah. So we've got a couple of questions before we go. Things Web says. So you've got either Leela and Tom Baker versus Jamie and Patrick Troughton.
Those two.
Who's the best?
I'm gonna. Oh,
that's not the ultimate pairing, is it, really?
I'm gonna have to say Leela and the Doctor. Because I've really just liked what the Doctor, did to Leela with, sort of teaching her out of her savage ways, and it was great. It's a great dynamic.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna have to near towards Patrick Troughton and Jamie.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah,
just out of preference, but yeah, that's fine. And finally, sort of continue on the Fourth Doctor there. What do you think is the best episode the Fourth Doctor and Leela was? What's your favorite episode with them two?
With them two, Robots of Death, I really liked. It's a really cool, like the robots are brilliant in that. Very of course it's sort of innocent, but then sort of menacing, and they sort of turn. But when they're menacing, my God, it's very creepy. The way it's got a nice horror factor. Talons of Wing Chang, brilliant. Sort of Victorian, Gothic Victorian 6-parter. Introduces two beloved characters, Jago and Lightfoot, and it's just like God, I love it. Horrifying Rock is great as well. Just brilliant story. What about you?
Great, yes. I need to finish watching Horrifying Rock. And I need to finish watching Talons of Wing Chang. That's sort of two things to watch. Yeah, I really like the Talons of Wing Chang. Is top quality. So yeah, I think I will bring it to a close now. Thank you everybody for watching the live stream. Thanks for interactions. Thank you for Adam for hosting with me. I was obviously the last few years I've done editing videos, but I just thought it'd be nice to have a live stream and just talk about it, reflect on it with other people. Yeah, thank God for being my sort of co-host today.
My pleasure.
Thank you. Yeah. So yeah, hopefully 2017 we've got some really cool things to look forward to. Series 10, and yeah, just a whole bunch of stuff. So but yeah, it's been great retrospecting on 2016, and here's to 2017. So yeah, thank you very much, guys and girls, and catch you on the other side. Have a good year.
Goodbye.
Yeah, goodbye. Bye. Have a new year. Bye. Bye.